Wook Park's The Handmaiden is a return to form after two pretty awful movies, those being Thirst and his terrible attempt to make an American movie called Stoker. Now, all these Koreans, they do not know how to transition to America. Stoker was god awful. Jun Ho Bang's Snowpiercer was god awful, and the guy who made I Saw the Devil, which was a dumb movie anyway, but it wasn't as bad as The Last Stand, that Schwarzenegger movie with Johnny Knoxville. They just don't know how to do it. But anyway, as far as Wook Park goes, this movie is a little long, The Handmaiden, but the acting is great. It all looks amazing. The con man story has like neat twists and turns, although I think there are twists that, like, after about every hour or so, there's another big twist where it almost seems like the movie's making up the rules as it goes along, but it's still good enough to the point where you're engaged in the movie, so it doesn't just feel like a cop-out. I don't think it quite holds up to the Vengeance trilogy or some of his other stuff. It's not as good as the Vengeance trilogy, but it's about as good as Joint Security Area, which is pretty much the movie that put him on the map, which I thought was a pretty great movie. It's nice that he's finally kind of found his ground again with The Handmaiden. It's probably the best Korean movie of the year. I have not seen Train to Busan. I've seen The Wailing, which was a big disappointment. But yeah, this definitely puts him back on top where he belongs, which is nice because it's been fucking forever. He's made some short films since Stoker and Thirst that were decent, like Night Fishing and Day Trip, but it's it's like about a little 20-minute thing. You'd be hard pressed to fuck it up if you don't just have a good enough idea. But yeah, I would give this movie about an 8 out of 10. I can't really talk too much about it without spoiling it because it's super twist heavy, but it's definitely worth a watch.